Okay, I think we got everything situated.
Semi-professional sound guy.
I think everybody's all
Science
good.
Ben.
Turn off my music again. I hurt my hand doing that. All right, attempt number 18.
I can only hear out of my left ear.
That means that you're unplugged partially, either from that side or into the...
There we go. Got it.
Set.
Jesus.
Usually better than this, guys.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on today?
Well, Science Ben just woke up.
Yep.
That might be it.
Amongst other things.
Maybe. What is that?
I'm not the only one that's not at top full capacity.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Who else is not at full capacity?
I don't know. Who else is not at full capacity?
I'm at full
I
capacity.
guess everybody.
I'm at full capacity.
It's funny because you don't act like it sometimes.
I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going
I
on
don't know.
most days.
No, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what's happening. So I had a really good week at work today. I learned a lot about networks and all that, frequencies and everything, and Verizon.
You don't need to like talk up AT&T just because your boss listens to the podcast now.
No, it's crazy because I actually learned.
Right now.
No, for real, I learned a lot of good things. AT&T is like a part of really big things. A lot of tech. They're very engaged in advancing technology and all of that. The studies and all. They're fully invested.
They were America's network for the longest time.
They still are. Other companies are claiming it because they're using another third party to study it. So they can claim it legally because it's another party.
Well, I mean, like Bell was the American, the national.
We're all looking at them. Sorry, we're all looking.
One
at
person looked, and then everybody else
Bell
looked.
Telephones was
Yeah.
the national telephone company. That's the one that supplied all the telephones and all the lines and everything for the government. And AT&T either bought or became, or Bell either was bought by or became AT&T. And so I think AT&T still supplies like all
Yes.
the government phone lines and
They are
whatnot.
They keep 99% of Americans connected. Like
Yeah.
every free Wi-Fi that you go to is connected from AT&T.
Yeah, it tends to be
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Speaking of ridiculous, hey, hi, hello, what are you up to? This is the Aloha Broha podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm one of your hosts, Joncozy, and with me as always is Science Ben,
What's up?
the Sheiks.
Hey.
Joining us today for the first time ever on the podcast, local producer extraordinaire.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Legend. Wait for
I
it.
don't even say that, but for some reason, when you pulled out the camera, and I was like, "Yep, it's Winzel McFly, legendary."
And there you have it, folks. We got Winzel.
Dairy.
There you have it, folks. We got Winzel McFly in the house. How you doing, man?
Chilling, man.
Welcome to Aloha Broha.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah.
This is really trippy, man. Like all this setup, man.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, it's like way. I'm sorry. This is way worse than like setting up for like a rap
Battle?
not rap battle, more like
It's worse?
setting up to set up for like recording raps and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're like a mobile producer, I guess if you see.
Well, yeah, you're only like recording one person at a time too. We've got like
Yeah.
4 set up right now.
Yep.
Podcast life.
Podcast live.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Woot.
Woot.
So what's going on, everybody? It's Sunday. What'd you do for the week, Winzel?
Just worked, you know. Do my day job, do my nighttime job.
Selling hats, right?
Selling hats.
Slanging hats in Waikiki.
Slanging hats at the Japs, bruh. You know what I mean?
Hats at the Japs, man.
Shout outs to them, though. They keep the company alive.
That's pretty racist.
So for our listeners, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, me? I like to make music, man. Music is passion. I do everything listening to music. I go to sleep listening to music. Wake up, get ready, listening to music, you know. If I'm not listening to music, I'm making music, so.
Do you jerk off listening to music?
Yeah, you know.
You have your own, like, little...
If it got, like, a little good soundtrack to
You have an iTunes playlist for when you decided, and when you get in the right mood, and you just start... jerk off like a machine
Something
gun.
like that, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Exactly. That's exactly the point, yeah.
so you're making music. What are you up to now? Like keeping yourself busy? How's that going?
Yeah. What more can I say? I've been making a lot more connections this year or this past year than I've been ever, actually.
Yeah. What changed? What changed?
What changed is just the motivation, just being around like musicians, I guess. Damn, like being around like everybody that makes music, like you want to make music too. It's like that competitiveness in me that makes you want to like put out something better.
Yeah.
Not saying like they suck or anything, you know what I mean? But I just want to like make something that I'll enjoy listening to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the inspiration, yeah.
That juice.
Being around others.
How'd you get started producing?
Oh man, true story. I'm not gonna lie. This was like right when I got out of high school. I was like watching Kanye West videos on YouTube, and I was like, bro, he's hitting an MPC. What is that? I want that. You know what I mean? So I went out and got it. I got like the MPC 5000 and just started chopping up samples, learning on that. And then once I got familiar with that, moved on to the 250 XL. I think I brought it to your house one time.
Yeah.
And then
that's the OG one, right? That's the one like
OG.
everybody uses.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, I feel so cool with
Those
this.
are they use zip discs? Is that the one with that, or floppies, or which one?
No, that one came with a CF card reader.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a more updated one. So, yeah, chop up the samples, get the samples off my laptop, and then put it onto that. You know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah, that's how I started. Kanye West actually inspired me, so shouts out to him real quick. Yeah.
So a little bit getting to know you a little bit better. Winzel McFly. Tell us a little bit about that. McFly, obviously, that has to deal with.
Yeah, how'd you get the name, man? Is that like Marty from Back to the Future?
Yeah, you know, back then I was like watching, like we had the VHS, so
Yeah.
it was like the only one that it was worth rewinding and just putting back. So like growing up, I was just watching that, and you know, it became one of my favorite movies. Even up to this day, like it requires like so minimal CGI, barely any. You know what I mean? And it's like the storyline that just got me. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I like that part where like his mom tries to fuck him.
That's really disturbing, but yeah.
And Winzel is actually your name, right?
Winzel's my real name. That's my government name. So I'm being half honest with you guys.
Ben, what you doing over there?
Making an Instagram post about the Jay Larson show. I'm letting you guys talk. You guys are going, so I'm just kind of letting it go.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to contribute right now.
So as a producer, who are your musical influences?
Well, obviously Kanye West. Is there anybody
yes.
else?
Kanye West, yeah. Let's see. Travis Scott's got to be one of my most recent ones. What's his name? Key Wayne, most definitely. Who else is a fucking good ass producer? I can't think of the top of my head right now.
DJ
Just
Premier, Pete Rock.
Pharrell, yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the guys that use MPCs.
I'm more like in that modernized age, I guess you could say. Like,
Modern, yeah.
you know, just using like a keyboard, a MIDI keyboard.
Yeah.
And your software, whatever you use. I use Ableton, so
Same
I just
here,
recently got like onto Ableton because I lost my iLock for Pro Tools.
Yeah.
I went on
the
a
little
trip.
USB
yeah,
thing,
those
right?
little shits are annoying, man.
Yeah.
Like I hate having to carry that around. So I lost it. Thank God. It's probably like a sign. I lost it in Cali. Shouts out to Cali. You know, somebody probably found it. It's like, oh yeah, Pro Tools.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ableton's legit. I'm pretty much just. Even if I don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can still do it on the keyboard.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's all I use now. I don't use anything else except for for Ableton and my laptop because I got so used to like playing notes on top of my keyboard that I find it easier to play notes on my laptop's keyboard versus my MIDI keyboard.
Sometimes, but if you want to do like lower octaves, you got like, you know.
Oh yeah, that and playing.
I like
chords.
playing like with like both hands. You know what I mean? Like you get the low ends in the
I can't play chords on my MIDI. My laptop keyboard,
oh man,
keys are too small.
Yeah,
but I have this fucking plugin that plays chords for you.
Yeah,
so
I have that too. I have that too. I
Yeah.
use that sometimes.
Hashtag producer problems.
Yeah. Dude,
Don't know
software.
any chords? Yeah, just download a plugin for that.
Yeah. And
Excuse me.
ever since I stopped using my MPC, I haven't been sampling much lately, but I really want to get back to that. There's something about like digging in the crates, pulling out a record, slapping it on a turntable, and then just looking for sounds on top of it.
Dude, like I've been sampling like 90s type hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to flip some like something everybody's familiar with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to do that so I can like get that familiar sound going, and it draws them in, get them bump into your flip. You know what I mean? Like that's how I do it. But yeah,
everybody's
sampling
into
is just great. Sampling is amazing.
I noticed like modern hip hop music now is not really all that much sample based, or it's not. Well, it might be sample based, but it's like to the point where you can't even recognize the samples. And I think that's what like made '90s hip hop so special, is just like taking those loops and chops and
Yeah, man.
taking a familiar sound and then updating it.
That's
And I
what the
kind of
90s
missed,
did.
I kind of missed that sound. But there's still cats like you and Magoo, especially like
Magoo, shouts out to Magoo one time.
bringing that sound, like keeping that sound alive, and it's cool because it's refreshing. I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was playing with samples one time when we were with Connor, and it finally hit me. He was playing Explosive, and Kehlani used that in Lock It Up. I didn't know that.
Explosive, what, like Dr. J's one?
Yeah.
Dr. J's.
It was Explosive, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
The beginning.
explosive. It was like the little guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. She didn't know it was for the Kehlani
Like he
one, Kehlani
chopped it
song.
really quick, and he played it back, and then I was like, oh, is that Kehlani? Like, and then
Yeah.
sure enough, he started playing
No,
it.
yeah, because I've heard the song before, so I wanted to like try to recreate what it sounded like. And I didn't know you know
I
that
didn't-
song, so I was
yeah.
like, oh, you know that? Cool, shouts out.
Yeah.
Are you into recreating beats? Is that how you like practice and
actually,
stuff?
that's how I guess you could say practice. Yeah, that's how I like get the creative juices flowing, try to see
Yeah.
if I can imitate like the sounds.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I can like use it on a different track without a sample.
Yeah.
Same chords and everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to learn. Like even when we had Woz on, he said he would like trace like graph pictures and stuff
Yeah.
just to get the style down. And I'll do the same thing when I was drawing. I used to just
Yeah.
copy pictures from like magazines
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, that's the way a lot of creative types start off. Is they
Yeah.
start off with imitating someone that
course.
they're a fan of, and
Yeah.
then eventually at some point,
Evolve into their own different style.
yeah, they're like, well, I'm kind of tired of trying to mimic this. Now I want to see what I can do on my own, and then because like you kind of get you kind of get your influences
Yeah.
out by mimicking them for a
you
little
pick
while.
up you pick up what you want, what you like, and then you
Yeah,
apply
you pick
that
up
to-
technique and
yeah.
whatnot, and then what ends up
Flip
happening
it.
is like you kind of you get the, because everyone sort of has like a semi sort of urge to copy the people that they're
Yeah.
influenced by, and so by actively sort of doing that for a little bit, you kind of get it out of your system, and then it's like, well, now I'm kind of free. Like you free your mind to do what you want to do instead of what they're
Exactly,
doing.
yeah.
Channeling it.
That's
Even
pretty much, yeah.
even a lot of comedians do that. Like in comedy, a lot of people when they're first starting off, you can hear if you pay attention to them and whatnot, and you watch them kind of grow and evolve.
Yeah.
You can see like, oh, when this person first started off, you can tell they were heavily influenced by Chris Rock or George Carlin or somebody.
Exactly. You
Because
can apply that with anything,
Yeah,
actually.
the
Yeah.
With
comedy's very
rappers,
similar.
yeah.
And then after a while, they start to
not
kind of
only
find
that,
their
yeah.
own voice out of it.
Like
Yeah.
even every successful person, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you don't want to be like you want
That's
to
how
mimic
you-
them. So
I'm a
in your own way, yeah.
firm believer of that. Like rappers do it, like makeup artists do it. It's just like how they pick up technique. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, it's a really rare instance where someone just is like, I have these visions in my head, and they start off with something that's completely unique and original.
Yeah, and
Like
make it their own.
yeah, most creative types they start off from their influences, and then they kind of grow into their own.
Exactly.
So where do you draw the line between being influenced by somebody and just straight up like biting somebody?
Oh man.
Because that's like a big issue in like
Yeah.
hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
just straight up like
Right
it's
now,
like,
I feel like it's
like
more of
plagiarism.
it's more of like a privilege, I guess, or more of like bringing back the music that was played back then. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone's just like all for it.
Mhm.
There's some people that are like, oh no, you're less creative. You're not that great of a musician because you sample. But you know what I mean? Like it's been like done way back in the days since
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
forever.
It's a weird line to draw.
think
It
it's-
really is, because it's hard to say when it starts, when it crosses the line from influence to copyright infringement, if you will.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I guess it kind of depends on like intent, and that's like a really hard thing to prove, especially if the person doesn't want to, or isn't admitting that it's straight copying or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a really weird line to draw, and it's a hard conversation to have
It is
too.
really, it's debatable, man.
Yeah, it's a really.
It's because it depends on your perspective as well. Like, do you consider that? But I think it would be coming down to actually talking to the actual artist.
Yeah, I mean,
and the person,
and that's the thing
what
is,
they think.
it depends on what they actually feel
Yeah,
when they're
towards
doing it.
it.
Because like if they feel they're honestly sitting there creating something new, even though it's influenced and whatnot, then like I don't see a reason to call it, copying per se. But that at that point it's influence. But then the thing is, it's hard to tell what someone is actually.
What their intentions are.
Yeah, what
for
their
it.
actual
Yeah.
intentions is, because what they say and what they do can be very different
Yeah.
things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very ambiguous subject.
Yeah, there's also
To
like
cross.
parallel thinking too. Like two
Yeah,
people could
there-
think of
yeah.
the same ideas, and
Yeah, like and a perfect example of that is like so often in comedy, people will end up having very very similar jokes or make almost the exact same joke, and then if sometimes like what happens a lot of times is the comedians don't know it. They just don't listen to each other's acts, so they have these two very crossed jokes that are like almost very similar to each other, or similar setup and punchline and whatnot. And what'll end up happening is someone will alert them that they have similar things, and then they end up, most of the time if they're professional about it, they'll talk it out and be like, oh well, I've been doing this one since this time, and I've only been doing it from this time, so I'm just gonna let you have it. Or the guy might be like, I listened to your thing, it sounds way better than where I was going with this joke, so you should just have it, kind of thing.
yeah, it's like two producers finding the same sample and then making
Right.
their own
Yeah,
sample.
exactly.
Most times than none, it's like, oh, if you did the sample better than I did, like, go ahead, man. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
care.
not that big of a
It's
deal.
not-
Well, it
it's not
depends on the
big a deal.
person.
Yeah, for music,
I
for me,
feel.
I guess.
Like your approach to it could be just like, yo, you flipped that. I like what you did. I want to see what I can do. And then they come after it, and some people just feel sensitive and just be like,
Yeah.
yo, what you trying to say?
I guess it depends on what you're applying it to. Because
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
do, if you do
Exactly,
it with like
exactly what Ben
art
said.
or like paintings, if you draw the exact same pictures, like, dude, come on, we drew the same apple. Come on, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a weird subject, because what ends up happening is ego gets involved very
Yeah.
heavily, and so it's an odd thing to have, because it's not rationally driven. It can't be, because it's creativity in itself is objectively or not objective. It's emotional. It's highly emotional.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so most of the time, reason and logic is not a part of the equation, and it's hard to determine what each other's emotional factors are in their equation. So it's not something that can be particularly looked at from a black and white perspective. It takes a lot of nuance and
Exactly, yeah.
fine tuning to really pin down a point on that subject.
yeah.
You got
It's
a lot
real
of
thing to talk
information in there, man.
That's why they call me Science
Science
Ben.
Ben.
Nice.
So you've been working heavily with the Highlights crew. Obviously, you work a lot with Connor.
Oh yeah, I've
And you
been
worked with Horror Show, of course.
And Ill Hill, man.
since Ill Hill days. Ever since Ill Hill, man. They were like the first homies that were like showing me love. You know what I mean? Like support, and like I just started, and these guys were like, "Yeah, let me use this beat." I'm like, "What? If you want to be on my beat?"
I'm trying to remember, because you were Christian's friend, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I met you through Christian. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Christian, shouts out to Chris one time. Yeah, I used to hang out with him from church, like way back. You know what I mean? Like we used to go to church and stuff.
Yeah.
We had like this youth group thing, and I met him. I met him like that, and then he would just hang out like outside of White Powell like all the time. We had like mutual friends, and then he would like tell me he raps and stuff like with you guys, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I actually just started making beats, bro. He goes, yeah, let me hear what you got. So I was like, all right, played him a couple stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, let's show Joncozy them,
Yeah.
see what they think about it, and that's how I started.
And thus,
Thus Legendary was born.
There you go.
Not really.
I wish that
but
dude still rap, man. He's like settled down now, I think. Huh?
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Like works at a strip club. And how's
He's
girlfriend?
doing
He's
his
like,
thing.
he said,
He's doing
he
his
said.
thing. So-
He's managing that place, so he's doing good.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Living the life. So as a producer, I always wanted to know, because everybody has their own styles. Like you have your own style and you have your own style or sound. When you're working with different artists, how do you extract that type of feel from them, that vibe, and then you know how to deliver it right? Like how do you extract their
Find
vibes?
out like what their influences are, I guess, like what's their favorite songs at the moment. So I see like what's in common with all those songs. They're bangers, they're like slow jams, they're like riding music, you know what I mean? Like I determine their style off of that.
Right.
And then I just go off a tempo, you know what I mean? I find a tempo and then you just go off a tempo. Is that how you do it?
I kind of just
do
make
you
beats,
collab
man.
like a lot with other people?
No, not really. Not really outside of my crew,
Oh,
honestly. Yeah. But I'm glad there's guys like you that work with MCs because I'm
Yeah.
kind of sick of all the MCs just jacking beats from SoundCloud or YouTube and just rapping on
like,
it.
what's the fun in that? Like just finding a beat.
Yeah,
and then, you
everybody
know,
talks about Hawaii. We gotta make like Hawaii sound or something like that, you know. But
Yeah.
then like, how can you even like start to define a sound if you're just jacking another sound from somebody else who's like across the country?
Right.
Yeah.
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 So I try to like make my own sound, try to represent. Come hard, you know.
So what are your goals for this year? Like
For
what do you
this
want to
year?
achieve as a producer?
I want to be like anybody else. I want to be heard. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I just want to see the following list or the followers list go up, like in my SoundCloud. Like, I just want to see that grow a little bit.
Yeah.
So
So
more
you've been
exposure.
collaborating a lot, and that's so important. I feel
Yeah.
like.
I like working with a lot of people. It exercises your mind really. Like everyone I work with, they're all different styles. Some people like really slow, like Houston type, South, I guess type beats. Some people like sample based and like Jay Dilla type stuff. You know what I mean? So you got to be like really versatile. I guess some people like disco. Some people like house.
Yeah.
Some people like I've recorded with someone that's done acoustic guitar, and then I just turned that into like a hip hop track. So yeah,
You should make a hip hop track out of like an '80s beginning of the electronic era style.
Oh man,
Like that
Yeah.
like electronic rocks
Yeah.
sort of thing going on.
I thought you were gonna say something about like the '70s, like Grease or something. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
the
Grease is like
soundtrack to
60s or
Grease.
50s
yeah,
even.
Because I heard recently.
That'd be kind of cool, actually, like a real like
Yeah.
a hip hop,
Some like was like honky tonk shit or whatever. I don't
or
know what that
or
is.
even like a hip hop version of Beauty School Dropout.
That's the one I heard. That's the one I heard. Shouts out
Grease?
to Kimmy Cream
Yeah.
one time. She played that song for me in the car, and I was like, "Yo, wait, play that part again one more time. Let me see if I can like loop that."
That's like one of my favorite
You know what I mean?
songs off Grease too.
Yeah, Grease
Beauty
is one of my
School
favorite
Dropout.
movies.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Like down in the Sandy track.
Sorry guys,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Grease.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Really? That's part of my
Yeah.
childhood. No lie.
It's great. I saw it as a play too, which was just as awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Or you know what would be even cooler, I think,
What?
if one of you guys could make a hip hop version of something off of like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That I've never seen.
Oh, that's
I gotta
such an
watch
amazing. Not only do you have to watch that movie, you need to go see it live because that is an experience in and of its own.
Oh, I was supposed to go watch Chicago tonight. I guess there's a showing at the Blaisdell.
Yeah, there was one last
Chicago?
night, and now I think again tonight.
Wait, is it the band Chicago or is it the play Chicago?
Let's just clarify.
I'm pretty sure it's the band Chicago.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, oh wait, the play? Because that was
There's
a play, right?
called Chicago.
I don't know, or it was a movie, but it was a musical.
I don't know about this. I'll look it up.
What?
right
Are you
now.
serious? Queen Latifah was in it. Have
I
you
forgot
seen the
this movie.
film
Actually.
Chicago?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard about this movie Chicago.
Look it up. Because
Who else
I
was
haven't
in that
seen
movie?
it in a
like
minute. Like a minute though.
was Nicole Kidman in that movie?
Yeah, there's a musical called Chicago.
I think she's
Chicago.
Moulin. I think Nicole Kidman was Moulin Rouge, right?
American
Oh, yeah.
musical.
But is it? What's the one at Blaisdell? It's the band Chicago.
Yeah, it's the band.
See, the whole
Chicago.
time I thought it was the play
Yeah,
Chicago.
because it's at the
He's
Blaze, so
gonna
it's
go
hella
watch it.
confusing.
Fuck, I should have went.
Imagine going to that and like showing up like, damn,
Yeah.
Oh, you
'Cause-
said Kenny Rogers is coming too, yeah?
Kenny Rogers?
Not Kenny
no,
Rogers.
Kenny G was
Kenny
here.
G,
He
sorry,
was actually
Kenny
here.
Rogers.
I think it's done already.
So yeah, the
Damn.
musical was adapted from the 2002 movie Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that movie with Queen Latifah and whatnot, they adapted the play out of that movie.
They adapted the. Wait, what?
There's a play Chicago,
And Queen Latifah
and-
was in the play?
no,
She
she was in the movie in 2002,
Yeah.
and they adapted the movie into a
Oh,
Broadway
play.
play, like a stage play, a theater play,
Okay.
and that's one of the that's the play that's being played sometimes somewhere. But yeah,
That movie was tight.
haven't seen that movie. I
Renee
need to watch
Zellweger,
that.
I believe. She's in that
Renee
shit.
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Richard Gere,
Oh,
Queen
Catherine
Latifah,
Zeta-Jones.
John C. Reilly,
Richard Gere, how is he doing?
shoving gerbils up his ass.
Pimping, man.
Word.
Gerbils up his ass. Yeah. He's like a Buddhist or something, right?
I have no idea. That was just some rumor that got started a long time ago. Apparently, there's like, from what I understand, there's like no basis for this rumor.
So he just
It
started
just
it.
like got started and people ran with it.
This is real?
Yeah, no, it's a real
It's a
real
real
rumor that
Yeah.
Richard Gere had to go to the hospital
I've
to get
never
a
heard that
to get a
in my
gerbil
life.
taken out of his ass
That's
or
the
something.
first time I heard that, but that's cool as hell.
So
Are you a movie watcher? You
Yeah,
like
I watch a
movies?
lot of movies.
Or do they influence your art in any way?
Sometimes I like to put a movie on and like have it on mute and just get the vibe off of that.
That's what
Just-
Kanye does.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's what Christian told me. Christian worked with Kanye while he was doing like his last couple albums.
Yeah.
They said they would put on like movies like
Someone told me that. Someone told me to do that and just like let the vibe of the movie just give you inspiration to make something.
like movies like from what he told me, like he put on movies like Heat
Yeah.
and avant-garde films like there's one I ended up downloading it and watching it. It's the most trippiest fucking like series of films I've ever seen. It's called the Cremaster Cycle.
the what?
The Cremaster Cycle.
I haven't heard of that one.
Look up the Cremaster Cycle. That's a really fucking weird movie. And the Cremaster Cycle, I don't know, it has something to do with like the human body, like female organs and shit like that. And I don't know, it's really
Damn.
weird. It's kind of hard to watch because it's so weird and you don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on. But each of the little acts like represent a part of the cycle that occurs.
I'll
I don't know.
actually
I don't
write
know how
that
to explain
down
it,
real
yeah.
quick. I'll watch
Cremaster
that too.
Cycle is a
Cremaster.
series of 5 feature-length films together with related sculptures, photographs, drawings, and artist books created by American visual artist and filmmaker Matthew Barney. The Cremaster Cycle was made over a period of 8 years from 94 to 2002 and culminated
That's a long
in a
movie.
major museum exhibition organized by Nancy Spector.
It's a trippy
So,
fucking movie.
Yeah, it seems pretty
That's
crazy
crazy.
because it's 5 movies, 5 feature-length films, as well as sculptures, photographs, drawings, and artist books. So like it's kind of ridiculous how much went into it. So yeah, it's Cremaster.
Cremaster.
I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced based off of the way it's spelled.
But yeah, he played those kinds of movies where he was making like his music, his albums and
Really?
shit. What kind of movies do you put on?
I was gonna say I put on Requiem of a Dream.
Oh, okay. You gotta
put
speak
that
in the
on.
mic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry, Requiem of a Dream is what I had on one time. I think I made
It's
on
an
my
intense fucking movie.
Yeah, dude. Like I've seen it once already. Like just like on drugs. I was like, whoa, what the hell? And then I just put it on and just left it on my MacBook, and then I had like a different display.
That's a crazy
And,
movie. I think it has
yeah.
like the record for like the amount of
It was
cuts that
crazy.
that a
No, yeah.
film use. Because over the course of the movie, like the cuts get more and more kinetic and more frequent to
Yeah.
kind of represent the downward spiral of the. I think it's like 3 different people, right, going deep
Yeah.
into their holes and shit of
Yeah,
addiction.
Yep,
It's
exactly.
super meta and hyperphysical and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like there's so much going into that.
We actually on one of the horror show songs we kind of utilize the scenes where it just shows them chopping up shit, snorting, and then like lighting something up.
Yeah.
Where it's like it kind of ties it all together. Whenever they start doing stuff, it's like a montage of them chopping drugs up, snorting it, or lighting something up. We like put that into the song that Captain. That's why you like some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
There's
that's
little cuts in there.
Yeah. And we had an idea for a music video to like utilize that, but that just never happened, and I wish it did.
You ever seen the Basquiat movie?
What is that?
They did like a biography movie of Jean-Michel Basquiat.
I've heard that name
no?
before though.
Really? He's a famous painter.
Yeah.
He gets like shouted out by like Jay-Z many times.
For real.
But yeah, I was watching that. That's a really good movie. You should check out, by the way. It's really inspirational. He works with like Andy Warhol, paints and all that stuff. He used to go by what's his name? Dude, I forgot. He used to do graffiti on like in New York. I forgot his name. It's not coming to me, but yeah, that movie was really trippy. Just because it was like so heavily like into drugs.
Yeah.
I like psychedelic movies and stuff like that, like kind of movies where it's just art themed. So it was really kind of dark. So I put that movie
like the
on
artsy
when I
shit.
Make beats, yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Dude,
what?
Put on it, dude. You gotta check out this one movie called Into the Void. Have you seen this one?
I've heard of it.
It's so hard to watch because it's so fucking trippy. But TSRK, this producer TSRK, I think you know him, right?
Yeah, I met him. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me about it, so I put it on and watched it. And it's about this guy who ends up taking DMT. He smokes DMT, and at the point, like at like the peak of his trip, he ends up getting shot and killed. Damn, spoilers. And then it's just this whole like psychedelic like outer body experience because his like soul like leaves his body, and it's basically
Enter the Void.
Enter the Void.
Yeah, Enter the Void.
Enter the Void, and it's shot through like a first person's perspective.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can see him blink and stuff. It's that kind of first person. It's like every time he blinks, you see.
That's like that one movie.
Oh, you see
blink.
that transition. Or not transition, that.
That reminds me of this one movie. It's an indie movie. It's called Being John Malkovich.
Oh,
You
yeah,
seen that?
movie,
He just
dude.
crawls into the wall and then he's
He's John Malkovich.
Like what?
Yeah,
That's a crazy movie. It had like no purpose at all.
I have
But
to revisit.
That's like I think a really interesting role to like study what John Malkovich did in that, because that's a weird thing to do
It
is
is,
to play
man.
someone living inside your head, and that's what he did. Is he had to play
Yeah.
himself being controlled by other people.
he's a good actor.
Yeah, no, he's a crazy good actor. It's
What else
it's
movie
very
was
interesting.
he from? He was from like other movies, right?
Oh, he's in a ton of stuff.
Um,
Most recently, I
Con
wanna say-
Air.
Yeah, he was in
Was he
Con Air.
really?
Yeah, he was the bad guy
the
in
bad
Con
guy.
Air.
Oh yeah.
But like most recently, he was in the Red movies. I like
Oh,
his
man.
character in the Red movies.
Red.
Yeah,
Was that the
Is
Bruce
that the
Willis
name of
joint?
the
yeah. Bruce Willis is ass in both of those things, but they're not bad because the rest of the cast really holds up those movies pretty well. But like Bruce Willis sucks.
Hey man.
He does.
I'm
He
a
like
diehard
stopped
fan.
acting.
That's a pun for you.
Well played. I'm gonna golf clap that.
Yeah, thank you.
But no, he like, and the thing too is like back during the original like first couple Die Hards and whatnot, he was great. And but like as of late, like I would say probably the last between 6 and maybe 10 years, he's just like stopped acting. He's
Yeah.
just kind of like a presence in a film instead of like actually doing anything and acting.
Oh, like Looper
yeah, like
Looper.
he almost ruins that film.
or Cop Out. Cop Out.
Cop,
is
yeah.
that one.
Again, the only reason that Cop Out is any good is because Tracy Morgan is a fucking amazing, and Kevin Smith is a great director.
By the way, that part of the movie when they were playing good cop, bad cop,
Yeah.
and he was reciting scenes from each movie, and as soon as he says "adios, motherfucker," he's like, "Never seen it."
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, Bruce Willis like stopped acting, and
he was
he's-
in like Sin City too, right?
yeah. And again, he's not doing anything. And
He's not,
just kind of
yeah.
he's just playing himself. He's just like he's just like
done.
he's just being there. And
Do you
so
feel
it's
that
really
way about
weird.
Adam Sandler too? Adam Sandler kind of just like has his own character, and he just kind of slaps a name on it.
I haven't seen an Adam Sandler movie in forever, but
No.
what did I just watch? No, it wasn't Adam Sandler. I just watched Meet the Fockers.
Oh well,
Ben Stiller.
I watched
yeah.
Ridiculous 6 when it came out on Netflix.
Heard it's incredibly racist.
It's so fucking racist. It's
Is it good?
Like
though?
during
No,
the production
it's
of it,
not.
like
it's
these
bad.
Oh man.
But
like
like
the
I'm
Native
starting-
Americans actors walked out on the film, right, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the thing too is like that Native American actor is like kind of a friend of Adam Sandler's and has been in a lot of his movies.
Right.
It must have been too.
That's what I'm saying.
forward,
Like,
you know what I mean?
like there's like everything in that movie is just kind of like hyper racist. Like I get that they were trying to tease the racist stereotypes. They're trying to play
Yeah,
off of the
yeah.
racist stereotypes. but it doesn't come off very well. And the thing is, it's a lot of really heavy dick and fart jokes. And that's not meaning literal dick and fart jokes, which there are dick and fart jokes in the fucking movie. But like dick and fart jokes are like this lowest common denominator joke that it's just kind of vulgar and that's why it's funny instead of like actually having form to it and whatnot. Like there's one point in the film that when you first like really meet the Rob Schneider character, he's a Mexican guy. And he has a donkey, and he's constantly talking. He's like, "Oh, burro this, and oh, the burro, oh, burro, we go do the thing, burro." And it's like first of all, he's doing this really like fairly racist stereotype of a Mexican, sort of an idiot. And there's literally a point where he's talking to Adam Sandler, and they realize that they're brothers, and they're like talking it out, and then like he like pats the donkey, and then it just like starts shitting, like just shooting. A fucking like stream of shit against like the barn doors, and it stays shooting for like 30 seconds, and then it stops, and then like they're both like staring at it the whole time, like just straight 30 seconds of this donkey shitting at a barn door.
That's weird.
And then they just like kind of stare at it, and then he turns back to Adam Sandler and goes, "That means he likes you." And it's like, well, that's
they try to do like a Family Guy type of thing.
Yeah, it just it doesn't play.
Over exaggerate some parts.
You're right, but it none of it played very well.
Oh,
it just didn't work. And I'm sure. And the thing is, like Adam Sandler for the last decade has been doing movies for himself. Like he just makes his movies the way he wants to do them and whatnot, which he has every right to do it. And I'm apparently I've heard several people say that they really enjoyed the movie, and so like there's definitely an audience for it, and they're making the jokes the way they want to make it, so it's hard to say that it's not good, but like I just like I can easily say that comedy is not for me. Like I don't particularly care for that comedy, and there was nothing as a film critic that I could see that really stood out. Like there wasn't amazing sound work. The cinematography wasn't anything too particularly special.
Really
the acting wasn't all that great.
I actually like thought it was gonna be good because I've seen like ads and like trailers for it, but I didn't really like got the time to go watch it. But hearing you say it's pretty bad, that's kind of depressing, bro.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a wind.
I know, right? It's like,
Yeah, fuck it.
look at.
We have a spirit.
Stop.
It's just so weird. It's dying
That was the weirdest thing in the
Sounds
world.
like we all, he didn't even know what was
I know,
going
I was like,
on. He
what's the
can't- he
spirit
can't
of
hear anything.
Adam Sandler because you guys are talking shit about his movie.
Because it's a
There
piece of
is
shit.
God, that was crazy.
Oh,
No,
man.
it's not-
People are just
Yeah, it's not so much that it's like bad per se. Like there wasn't anything horrible about it. Like there was a lot that I didn't like as far as like my personal tastes and whatnot. But it's just there's nothing that stands out about it either. Like it's like I wouldn't even call it a B movie. It's like a C movie. It's like there's nothing particularly impressive about it at all. And so they're like. I mean, luckily it's free on Netflix, so it's like if you want to watch it, go ahead. You know, spend the almost 2 hours on it, but it's just nothing fantastic.
Was it like a spin-off of Hateful Eight?
No,
Because it kind of has a similar.
yeah, they're nothing similar at all.
It's a great movie, by the way. Have you seen it?
I've seen
Hateful
it.
Eight
It's
is
good.
amazing.
I thought it was great. I mean, it's another Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. And everybody I talk to, like, it's a great movie if you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My favorite's got to be Pulp Fiction, though.
Yeah.
Still, like, to this day.
everyone likes Pulp Fiction. What's your second? How many
What's
Tarantino movies have you seen?
I've seen Reservoir Dogs.
That'd be my number 2.
I can't really, like, name them off the top of my head. If you
There's Jackie Brown,
name a
Kill
list, I'll
Bill.
probably be like, yeah or no.
Yeah, I personally am a big fan of Jackie Brown.
That's my number 3.
That's one I've never seen.
Let me pull up
It's
the
so-
list
it's
here,
pretty good,
and
yeah.
I'll let you.
Has Pam Grier, Samuel L. Jackson, Chris Tucker has a cameo. Well, who else is in that movie? I forgot the guy that plays the bail bonds dude. But that's a good movie. You should check it out. That's one that nobody really talks about too. Jackie
Yeah.
Brown.
Let's see it. Kill Bills. Seen those. Django, like the most recent ones, probably.
Yeah, Django Unchained, Inglorious Bastards.
Glorious Bastards is the one like I seen really high, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going by really slow, but then
Yeah.
it picked up afterwards. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. That
A lot of
fucking
blood and
beginning scene fucking had me on edge, man. When, what's his
yeah.
name? The German dude.
Just drinking milk.
Yeah.
Dude, that was intense. I thought that really got me because I was just really high and it was just the first scene. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what's going on, guys? Come
Yeah,
on.
man. It's
Something
interesting
gonna
how like
happen?
people judge movies because I'm bringing this up because like Sheik's like texting me hashtag Star Wars. Like, yeah, I hope you know that hashtags don't work in a text message.
I was just saying. I can
But
put
yeah,
a hashtag if I want.
Last
to.
week, man, I've been asking people about Star Wars because one of my coworkers like despises the Force Awakens
Yeah.
movie, and then I saw
Really?
another one of my coworkers who's wearing a Star Wars Force Awakens T-shirt, and I asked him, "Yo, you see the new movie? Obviously, did you like it?" He was disappointed.
What?
I was like, "Wow."
I don't. There's a lot of
Okay,
people
man.
too that I talked to that didn't
See,
like it.
This
So
is
it's
this
like-
thing is so. I've been thinking about this too. Because we had this conversation not that
Yeah.
long ago. I think that it's this sort of it's sort of hipster culture dragging on.
Yeah.
Because
Contrarian.
yeah, this where everything is like, oh, I didn't like it because I'm going to be different from everyone else who's loved it. And so like, it set box office records.
Yeah.
So like everyone loves this fucking film, but people are just going to be like, I read an article online that said that they didn't like it, and so I'm going to say that I didn't like it because
That's
that's
what
going to make me sound like I'm not a part of the crowd.
That's what I've been. Yeah, I've been thinking of that too, and I've been looking up. I've been Googling Star Wars Force Awakens sucks just to read what other people's opinions
Yeah.
are on it.
and their reasons aren't that legit to me.
No, and I found a guy that wrote an article. I forgot where it was. I'll put the link somewhere. But he basically demolishes this guy's contrarian review that he posted on Huffington Post, where it's like a list of what's wrong with Star Wars: The
Yeah,
Force Awakens.
my friend's friend wrote that piece.
Yeah, the one where he just basically says that guy didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so he goes through because Huffington Post posted like a list of
20 something.
No, it
27
was like 50 something.
50?
Like it was a
Oh,
lot of
yeah,
things. And they're like, these are the reasons that the new Star Wars movie is bad. And they go through and list, and like when you actually sit down and read the list, you're like, that's not how that happened at all. And so like the guy goes and like for every single point on his list, he sits there and says, well, I mean, you might like some of them are like, well, you could look at it that way, but I mean, you could also look at it this way, and you could improve this. You got to remember this
Was
is
he
being
one
told in a 3-part story.
Yeah.
It's not like the old movies where everything gets wrapped up because they didn't know if they were going to have 2 more movies. They know they got 2 more things to tell this story.
Do you remember the name of that guy that wrote it?
I don't. I would have to look on my friend's
Yeah, I'd
profile
have
to
to
find
look
it.
and search.
But
Their article should
but
be.
yeah, and then there were parts of that, like certain bullet points that he listed were not like subjective at all. There was like, that's not how it happened in the movie. Like, you obviously did not see this film if you think that's the way it happened.
He doesn't deserve to talk about that movie. man.
Exactly. Like, and that's the thing is like, I think that like realistically, like so many people, because and it's hard to blame them because most people don't know how to judge film.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming fashionable to be critical of film and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I don't necessarily, I don't use critical in a
that Yelp review culture.
yeah, and I don't use critical in a negative way either. I just mean like to be able to sit there and talk about a movie.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you ask these people, oh, what didn't you like about this movie, or what did you like about this movie? They're like, they can't really explain themselves.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what I
So
understood.
they're one of those people that just listen to what
Yeah,
everybody
it's like-
said and
yeah, it's like-
just use that to their knowledge. Those BSers.
Exactly, and so there's a certain percentage of those people that are going to be like, well, everyone's saying they love this film, but I have this article here of someone who doesn't like the film, so I'm going to say that I don't like it and list these reasons because that's going to make me sound like I'm more smart because I'm being more critical of this film
just
than
like
other people are.
People who pretend that they follow sports and then they hear what everybody says, like the most common things that people say, and they pretend that they watch sports and then just say things that everybody says just to make
man.
them look.
True story. Someone came up to me. I was wearing this, and they're like, "Hey, you a Giants fan?" I'm like, no. Why are you wearing a jersey? Oh, I mean, I got it up there while I was visiting, so they automatically assume like, "Oh, this faker."
Yeah.
they judge you. Judgers.
Judgments. BSers.
No, but yeah, the only thing I hated about the movie was that it was too short. Like, I could sit through another 2 hours of, like,
Yeah.
Ray kicking ass.
We all felt
you
the
know what I
same way.
mean? I was
We all
like,
felt the same way.
I don't know
God
about
damn
that.
it, Luke
I don't know
didn't
about
say
that.
anything.
Yeah, I know.
He
Like,
didn't
well,
say
I think
nothing.
I think that whole movie ran about 5 minutes long. I thought that they should have
Yeah,
right when
that's
she
exactly
jumps
what I thought.
right when she jumps to hyperspace, it should have been fucking credits right there, but not none of this fucking coming out of hyperspace. Fucking there's a planet here. Let's zoom down. No dialogue at all at this point. Now I'm just gonna hold out a lightsaber at Luke, and he's gonna stare at it.
And he's just staring. Like,
I'm telling you, man.
Although, for as horrible as that scene was, in my opinion, and unnecessary, I shouldn't say horrible, but for as unnecessary as that scene
Yeah.
was, in my opinion, there was a really great meme that came out of it where it shows it's like 3 panels. It shows Luke, and it shows her holding it out, and then it shows him looking at the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and it says, "Did you bring the hand? There was a hand with that. Did you find the hand?"
Yeah, I thought that
That's
scene
messed up.
like I thought that scene should have been cut, but then I saw it the second time, and there's just like nice shot of Ray climbing the stairs, and you get this really nice view of her butt. So I thought it was worth it.
oh, dude, I was actually thinking the same thing.
Joe, right?
I was like, it's pretty cute. Yeah, I was like,
Y'all are
not
horrible.
bad. Not bad.
You are horrible, horrible people.
In a different galaxy, she would probably be a baddie.
Yeah, word.
You hear that again?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we're just gonna move
All right,
on.
we're
without
just
it.
gonna
let's
ignore
just
that.
ignore it.
That's my spirit.
You're just
That's my
Your
spirit.
energy
it's
is just
half,
like-
it's half in my body, half out. Just explore it.
So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
yeah. What was your what were your favorite parts, Winzel? Let's
My
see.
favorite parts? Jesus, I can't even think of a favorite
Okay, what's the first one
part.
that pops into your mind?
Was the one where they're trying to escape Jakku, and then
Uh-huh.
he was like, "What's wrong with that shit? It's garbage."
Oh,
And then the ship
yeah,
blows
one of,
up.
One of
and
the
then
first
they were
second,
like,
yeah.
"All right, garbage it is. All right, like all right." And then I
Garbage
see
it
it,
is.
I'm like, "Whoa, that's the thing." I like literally fangirled when I saw that. I was like, "No way, Millennium Falcon! Oh my god!"
Millennium Falcon. Like, what are the chances?
Right. I wasn't even expecting that. A lot of people said like, "Oh yeah, we're expecting the Millennium Falcon gonna be there," and I was like, "No, that actually took me by surprise." I was like jumping out of my seat almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
fly
definitely one
that
of the
shit,
points.
girl. Like, yeah,
Oh my god.
it's crazy. And then I think my other favorite part was like when Finn met Poe,
Yeah.
that automatic bromance.
Oh yeah.
That automatic bromance. What's up, Finn? What's up, Poe?
Been seeing a lot of gay fan theory between those two.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It doesn't seem like that. I don't see that at all. But then again, you guys saw fucking BB-8 sticking up a middle finger when I saw him giving a
Yeah,
thumbs
okay.
up.
When he stuck out his lighter, did you take that as a thumbs up or a middle finger?
I got it as a
took that
middle
as a middle
finger.
finger. That's more
I
like,
must be the
that's
only
more
one who's
like-
being like positive with this thing.
I mean, if
Because-
it was like a different type of instrument or whatever he was using, he used fire like a torch to like, I'm gonna burn your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, apparently I'm the only one who was like,
Because in the
Okay,
scene,
whatever.
he didn't want to give him the location, and he was just like,
yeah, no,
okay,
I
straight
I
up,
get
I'm not,
that.
I'm not a part
Yeah.
of
I get your reasoning for
No, I see
thinking
your
it.
point
I
too,
understand
yeah.
your
But
reasoning
you
for thinking
didn't
that.
see it until-
I didn't see that, and I still don't. Like we saw it after we had that conversation. I saw it again after we had the conversation,
And you're like,
and I
"Oh."
still don't see that. Like that's not
Really?
what's happening in my head.
Really?
Maybe it's
Oh
just
my god!
hard
As
to
soon
read,
as he
like,
did that, I was
an
just
object like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean?
because
It's hard to
you
read.
guys are placing like this gangsta like personality on BB-8, and
That's
I just see him as like this droid that has like a like a thing to accomplish. He's just like I see him like because I'm like I guess I'm placing more of what R2 was on BB-8
Right,
because R2
right.
was super cool and chill and like always positive. Like no. And fucking, like I'm imagining BB-8 being like that kind of droid, not some gangster like fuck you, bitch. Like I don't see BB-8 sitting there being like, nah, that ain't happening.
I think it's also because when they first met, he was just shocking him. He was just like, "That's my
That's
my
my
master's
friend.
jacket.
You
Like,
know,
what the
that's
heck
my
are you
friend's
doing with
jacket,
it?"
bro.
And then he told him, and then after that, when he lied, he was just like, "Hell no!" And then I just see it as just like a big fuck you. He's just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I think just by the reaction of the crowd too, everyone laughed at that part.
Yeah, I
Well,
laughed.
yeah,
If you
because it's
feel
a
like-
funny gesture, but I just feel like, but I still just feel like it's like he's like, what are you like I can see confusion out of it where he's being like, why are you giving me a thumbs up? And he's like, what is this supposed to mean? I don't understand you. But like the thing is like right after that, he gives the location to Ray.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not. Like I don't see it as him saying "fuck you" to Finn. Like I understand why you would think that. Don't get me wrong. It's just
It's just
that's
funny.
just not in my head.
That's
not
just how I
see
seen it. And it was a torch lighter. It wasn't no ordinary lighter. It was a torch lighter.
Right.
It was like,
But that's like little stuff like people to like, nitpick on, like including like the first Star Wars movies. Who shot first? You know what I
Han.
mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just like small stuff. Like even if you
no, that's not small
interviewed-
stuff. That is
If you
not small
interviewed-
stuff.
I
That
seen
is a
an interview-
huge point.
I seen
There's
an
a
interview
reason that
of
Han is supposed to shut
Harrison
doors.
Ford. He was like, "Oh, I honestly don't care." Like,
Yeah,
if that's,
because
like,
Harrison
small
Ford doesn't
stuff-
give a shit about anything.
because he just gets paid for it.
Right, but there's a reason in the storytelling structure why Han should have shot first.
Oh yeah,
because,
yeah. No,
because
I seen those videos too. Yeah,
it creates like it shows character.
I'm not
growth by the
disagreeing
end.
with you. I'm
And
not
that's-
disagreeing. I'm just saying.
it's a lot like if they redid this new Star Wars film and they made it so Finn doesn't lie in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like he's just honest the whole time. And like it completely destroys what we see as growth in the
No,
character
yeah.
of Finn, because we see Finn as starting off as he's just lying to everyone, trying to get his way. And then towards the end of the film, he's evolved into a different person that he doesn't have to lie to people anymore. He feels he can trust these people and he feels he can be honest with them instead of having to lie
Yeah.
about things. And the same thing happens with Han, where Han is the kind of guy that will shoot first and not have to deal with Greedo, instead of it being like, oh well, he's just shooting out of defense of himself. Because if he shoots first, then it's a huge surprise that someone who doesn't want to deal with a bounty hunter and would shoot him just to get him out of the way would come back and save Luke at the end of the film.
Yeah, I got
Like
you.
you don't expect that person to come back and save Luke. So it's this big like change in character growth. And if he's just the kind of guy that defends himself, then it's no big surprise that he would come back and save Luke. It's expected. So like it doesn't show character growth, and it's bad storytelling. That's part of the reason why George Lucas like fucked up the episodes 1 through 3 is because he doesn't
man.
understand how to tell a story like that. He can tell a visual story amazingly, but he doesn't understand character growth and acting and like the way to tell a story through characters. And so like that's something that he doesn't get. He understands how to tell a story through visual medium. He's a genius at that, but he doesn't get character driven stories. And so that's what all of his like redos of the Star Wars films and the first 3 movies, that's why they're so bad, is because nothing is really fucking going on other than just this story is playing out in front of you and to no avail, because
Some
there's nothing.
people actually
you don't
claim
have
like
anything
the
happen.
prequels are like genius. Some people say that, like they claim it's like a hidden message
Gem.
type of
Hidden
thing.
gem.
Like hidden gem.
Yeah.
If it is, I don't fucking see it.
I heard that Disney plans on releasing the original theatrical cuts of the original
It'd
trilogy.
be awesome.
Yeah, that's one
No
thing
one's
I read
no one's
online.
unless you had a VHS of it from way back in the day
Or the Laserdisc.
or the Laserdisc. You have not been able to see that for over 20 years.
But for now, you guys can get, dude, I downloaded they call it the despecialized editions of A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. It's this group of guys that just pulled from different sources and like mashed them together and recolored everything so that it looks as close as possible to the original theatrical cut. It's fucking awesome. I'll send you the torrent link. Yeah,
Nice.
check it out.
Instead of sending me the torrent link, just
Send you the movie.
Dropbox me the movie. That way I don't have
It's
to
a
deal with
fat-
the torrent.
Well, yeah, it's like I think it's like
Dropbox.
7 gigs of shit.
Dropbox.
I don't have a.
So
You can use mine. I'll send you a link.
Do you pay for
you
it?
You can put it in the Aloha. No, I get a free one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have like 16. Like if you sign up for the free version, you get like 16 gigs free, and then if you want more, you have to pay.
Oh, it's that much? Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Actually, they might have dropped it down to some, but I still have a deal going on from being grandfathered in from back when Dropbox first started and shit.
Yeah.
I'm
nice.
totally gonna switch the subject. Science Ben, did you see that trailer for House of Cards?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm thinking I'm gonna avoid everything about it and just go into it. Like I'll basically when I find out the release date, the official release. Did they say the release date on the trailer?
No, it's
So
crazy because in the trailer, do you want me to just tell you what happened?
no.
It's such a.
Well, it's a trailer.
It made me
Doesn't
want.
I know, but the thing is, like, what I kind of want
I
to
have
do.
to start watching it all over again.
Yeah, what I want to do is I want to like basically as it gets closer, I'm gonna go back and just watch the whole series again.
Right.
And then
It's pretty intense because
Yeah.
it touches back on season 2. So about what happened in the first episode.
So if we're not going to talk about this trailer, and speaking of trailers, have you seen the Suicide Squad trailer?
yes, I have.
What?
Have you
No,
seen
not
it
me.
too, yeah.
Are you guys stoked?
What?
I'm intrigued. I'm not
I'm
stoked.
like,
kinda stoked on it. It looks
I'm like this
awesome.
with the movie.
It looks
Yeah.
awesome. I think it looks great.
the thing is like being
Like
a
it's
big-
going to be a fun movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it's gonna be
Not a-
bad
it's not
per
gonna
se.
It's gonna be
cinematic
entertaining for sure,
masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm just I actually someone put out not that long ago, actually a few months back now, but they put out they were just like talking like someone like I think I posted a thing about Suicide Squad on Facebook or something, and one of
Yeah.
my friends commented. And he made a really good point, and that kind of turned me on the whole film because I was pretty negative towards it for a while. Because
So was I.
being a DC fan, I was like, I don't know what they're doing with this. I don't understand
Yeah.
how they're going to try and do this the way that
It's a
would be
completely
good.
different feel from the rest of their
right.
movies.
And my friend said, well, my friend posted, and he's like, well, I'm just interested to see, like, I'm interested in it because I wanted to see what the hell they're doing because, like, it's so crazy. Jared Leto, Joker, Will Smith, Deadshot, like, just crazy ass character, and like they're going like balls to the wall with it, and so like that kind of term is like that's a good point. Like they're doing something really weird, and I kind of want to see what that is.
Yeah.
And the new trailer, I think, is it shows a good example of like, oh yeah, this is not the like everything is dark and brooding. Like it's not, they're moving away from the Dark Knight and kind of more. They're still keeping it kind of dark, but they're doing a little bit more of the Marvel thing where they're going to have the witty banter, which is what most of the comic fans like. Is they like the repertoire between characters, the way that they interact with each other and whatnot. So I think that this might be, and plus I mean Jeff Johns is executive producing, so like I'm pretty sure he's executive producing on all the movies from this point on. I'm just excited because he's also writing the fucking Shazam story. That's gonna be so good.
Shazam.
Yeah,
Shaq.
that's one of my favorite.
No, not Shaq.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's one of my favorite characters is Captain Marvel.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is, but the DC Captain
I
Marvel.
thought you were
not the-
talking about Shaq Shazam.
Yeah.
I would love to see a remake of that.
Damn.
But yeah, no, they're doing Captain Marvel, but they're doing a Shazam movie, and Jeff Johns is co-writing it. And what I remember when they announced that The Rock was going to play Black Adam, they were like, "It's official, he's signed, he's doing Black Adam." I remember reading through that article, and at the very bottom, there's like a little couple lines that were saying who's writing it and who's directing it and stuff like that. And it was like Jeff Johns is writing it with this guy. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the news right there, because that's like the first instance where a DC creative person is actually like writing and has some decent creative control in a DC movie, which Warner Brothers has. What?
I don't know. He just looked at me and I was like,
I don't know. I thought you were looking at me, so I looked back and I was like,
They were both
I
nodding, and I was just like,
I thought I was. You got me all self conscious because I was like, oh, I'm definitely rambling right now, and they're just looking at each other like
no.
fucking science band. Can't shut the fuck up.
too much knowledge.
Can't shut the fuck up.
I just looked up and that was going on, and I was like, what?
I'm definitely way more excited about the DC shit over the Marvel shit
Oh,
now
yeah.
for some reason. I used to love the Marvel shit, but
I'm
then-
just excited for
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Superman.
we were all excited for the Marvel stuff because like they felt like comic books,
Yeah.
and DC wasn't doing stuff that felt like comic books.
Yeah.
Like Man of Steel did not feel like a fucking
Oh, Man
comic
of
book.
Steel
That
just
movie-
seemed like too much. It was just too much for me. I couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie just because it wasn't my image of like what I saw to be Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not me neither.
Yeah, I heard the one of the producers was on the Nerdist not that long ago, and he was talking about making that movie, and he brought up some good points, and it made me step back and look at the movie more objectively, and I still don't like it, but I can still sit there and say it's not a completely horrible movie. It's well shot. There's really great effects in it and whatnot. They're not gaudy or anything like that. They don't hurt the eyes, and then they look pretty well. They were pretty well done, so they did good on that part. The sound design is nice, and the acting is fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just personally don't like the choices that they made for particularly Superman. Like I that's not the way that I saw or that Superman has been built up, but they have a point too, because they're like, this is a completely new and different thing. This is not like anything else. It's a much more realistic setting and whatnot. And so it's like, well, I can kind of see that, but I still don't agree with all the choices that were made. But it's like it made me lighten up a little bit to it being not a horrible film, just a one that I didn't like. It's a decent B movie.
I really didn't like Man of Steel. I didn't like.
Yeah, there was so much in it that pissed me off.
First of all, they might as well just destroyed the whole damn planet. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
It was just so bad to me. Just storyline. I don't know. And then the way they already were intimate with each other that way, I just felt that was just so cliche. I was just like, this is some bullshit. I felt like
I just want to see
forward.
Batman
Oh.
and Superman.
I don't know.
I'm just curious. I just want to see what happens.
Curious. I'm curious, but I don't know if I would watch it in the theater yet. I don't know. I
For
haven't
Batman
decided
vs
yet.
Superman, I'm gonna watch it in theaters.
Yeah, let me know.
Let's go. I'm stoked for that one too, man. I want to see Batfleck.
Batfleck.
Yeah, right now, for me personally, Batfleck is the only redeeming quality of this film.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because it's like Wonder Woman came out of nowhere when we saw it.
Well, they put out some footage. There's some first footage of the Wonder Woman movie that's coming out.
Yeah, I was just like, what? I was looking at Quali and I was like,
Quali?
is that? Yeah, because we went. The first time I seen it was when we went to go watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I was looking and I was like, what is that Wonder Woman? Since when did Wonder? What? I was like,
Apparently, they're all gonna be in
Yeah.
it. Like Aquaman's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's
The
his name?
Flash.
Jason.
Is the
Momoa
Flash? Is the
or something
Flash
like that?
announced?
Yeah, and the whole
I
ending.
Interesting.
didn't think the Flash was announced to be in it.
I don't know, because they have this artwork for the movie that shows all of them except for the Green Lantern in it, and it's supposed to be promo for Batman versus Superman.
we
I haven't heard that the
research
Flash is. I've
this.
heard Aquaman, Wonder Woman,
Yeah,
Batman,
but it's supposed to
Superman,
be
but I
not the
haven't heard-
same Flash from the TV series.
Yeah, I know it's not.
Yeah.
I remember they announced it because they announced that they're doing a Flash movie, and they announced, what was his name? I can't remember the guy's name, but they announced an actor that's going to do it, and it sucked too. Like because I remember the day they announced it was when they announced that Flash got picked up officially. Like they basically went to the mid-season, and then the same day that they announced that they're making a Flash movie is the day that they announced that the Flash did record numbers on CW, and it's getting a full season, and it's probably going to
in
get
Arrow?
renewed. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like super famous on Arrow. super famous. I stopped watching it a little bit because it got corny.
It's fucking going great now, and DC Legends just started this week too.
Yeah.
Legends of DC,
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. Legends of Tomorrow.
Art is really good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's very Doctor Who-ish.
Nah.
Well, not very. I shouldn't say that, but it reminds me a lot of Doctor Who because the guy who plays Rory on during the 10th Doctor's run is playing Rip Hunter, and so he's a time traveler, like keeping the timeline. Yeah, it's funny.
I
So,
see.
but the first episode was pretty well. Like they got all the main, all the side heroes kind of together, except for Constantine. Basically, so they got.
They're making a show out of that too, right?
Well,
Constantine?
Constantine was a show. It was on NBC and it got nicked.
Oh,
Mid-season cancellation. Just wasn't.
and that's
getting
the same
numbers.
Constantine as like Keanu Reeves did, right?
Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
John Constantine.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
To me,
I gotta
I
watch
think
it.
It was a good.
movie.
Like I agree, it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't Constantine.
Oh yeah.
It was
I don't know much
Keanu
background.
Reeves, Demon
but-
Hunter, or something. Like they could have called it something else, but it wasn't Hellblazer, which
like,
is what the
fresh,
comics are.
In the fresh mind, like coming to that movie, I was like, oh, it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I would like to like
Yeah,
know
that's
more.
And that's exactly
yeah.
what it is. Like
Yeah.
it's for as a movie standalone, it's fine.
Like an introduction movie.
But it's not Constantine. It's not the way Constantine is and whatnot. So like
to me, he sounds badass though.
oh no, it's great. Yeah, if you get a chance, read Hellblazer. It's
Oh,
amazing. It's a really great comic. But like I said, it's just that like that particular way that they did that movie was not the way that like Hellblazer is, and so that's what pissed off a lot of Hellblazer fans.
Yeah.
But like I said, sitting there looking at it objectively, it's not a bad film. Like they did really well with it.
Yeah.
I thought that like basically if they did the exact same movie and just called it something else, it would have everyone would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
But they called it Constantine, and it was supposed to be based off of Hellblazer, and so the fans are going to be like, well, this isn't Constantine.
Dude, I want
the same way that I'm like, well, this isn't Superman. That's like that. I was just fucking pouty and bitchy in that fucking movie because I was sitting there and I was just like going left and right and just fucking everything up that was Superman in my head.
I want Blade to come back,
Blade.
and it needs to be Wesley Snipes.
I was gonna say it's hard to
I
find
know,
someone else that isn't Wesley Snipes to play
It
that.
has to be Wesley Snipes.
Who else is it going to be?
He's old, dude.
Does
He's
he
old.
does he
So
look
Sylvester
old? I mean,
Stallone.
like you ever
And he's
seen
still doing movies.
you ever seen the new Indiana Jones movie? Like Harrison Ford looked like he was doing all the stunts. Like just have Wesley Snipes look like he's doing stunts.
He's not
I just
that
want
old.
to see that.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I think it would
He
be
was
nice.
he was in the movie with Stallone and shit, right? He was in Expendables.
Oh yeah.
Was he?
He's-
right.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was.
I haven't seen the latest
So if you-
Expendables.
He's
Yeah.
in there, and he's still
Expendables.
kicking
That's all
ass.
the-
right?
I just figured out what is making the fucking wind sound.
What is it?
So the door is not completely closed, and your directional mic is pointed towards the door, and so every once in a while, there's a breeze that gets picked up through the crack of the door.
Is it?
Yeah, like go pull the door fully closed, and we'll never hear that wind again.
Okay, try it.
No, it was actually my spirit.
Yeah, I'm like dead certain that that's where that wind was coming from, was because your directional mic is super.
Yeah, just sit like that.
There you
Super
go.
sensitive.
Cozy being cozy. Shout out to you, Cozy.
We figured it out.
High five.
Wi-Fi's, everybody.
Wi-Fi.
What were you saying?
Oh no, just shouts out for you.
For closing the door?
Yeah.
Word. I
Yeah.
got you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blade.
Frick.
Blade.
Ghost Rider has to be Nicolas Cage. Again.
I actually like that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I never watched any of those films, so I'm just like,
You've never
"Yeah."
seen Blade?
No. Ghost Rider. I haven't watched Ghost Rider 1 or 2.
It's okay.
Well, it's Nicolas Cage, first
yeah.
of all.
Yeah, no, but it's Nicolas Cage not at the good time.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Like, there's this compilation of like Nicolas Cage freaking out on YouTube that you guys have to watch.
What?
Just look up like Nicolas Cage freaking out or something.
I think the best way to describe Nicolas Cage actually happened in the show Community.
Yeah.
So there's a character played by Danny Pudi named Abed, and he is this.
You heard that?
Yeah, so it wasn't the door. That's so weird. What the fuck
What
is
is
that?
that? It's so funny because Winzel can't hear it. Winzel.
I'm over here
Really
like
like
it's
60s
my
off already.
spirit.
Anyway, so there's a character Abed Nadir, and he's special, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But he just kind of sees the world as being played out in either a TV or a movie. So like the way he compares everything happening around him is based off of the movies that he has watched and the TV shows that he likes and stuff. And so one of the things that he did is they had a class in the school that he went and took called Nicolas Cage, Good or Bad Actor. And Abed, and so like in a previous episode, there was a class called "Who Was the Boss?" A look into the stories or into the character dynamics of the show "Who's the Boss?" And in that episode, while he's in that class, he goes through, watches the entire series of Who's the Boss, breaks it down, and finds a definitive answer for who is the boss, and then like presents it to the teacher, and then the teacher is like so crushed and like, no, this is my life's work was saying that you can't tell who the boss is, and then you just come and ruin it with this one whole thing. And so like we're expecting Ahmed to come into this new class about Nick Cage, good or bad actor, and like come out with a thing. But what ends up happening is he ends up going crazy because he can't figure out if Nick Cage is a good or a bad actor. He's like, I've watched every movie like 8 times and I don't know. I just can't figure it out. It doesn't make sense. How can he be good in this? Is it horrible in this?
That's hilarious.
And that's the perfect example. It's like, we will never know if he's a good or a bad actor.
He's like just, that for me.
He's like, he's amazing in some things, and he's just like,
he's like,
what is happening in other things?
Wait, it's like so bad that he's good in those things. Like Face Off is one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was a perfect example
favorite movie of all time. So every time
though.
we can't find anything to watch, my mom's like, oh, put on Face Off.
Good God.
Face Off.
Have you seen Face Off?
Put on Face Off.
It's so good.
Put on Face Off.
My mom doesn't speak with a Filipino accent.
I know. But it's just funny. It's just funny to imagine that particular line. Foot on Face Off.
Even Tron, man. Every time he like tries to imitate my mom, it's with this heavy Filipino accent. But my mom doesn't have a heavy Filipino accent.
It's not heavy.
So racist.
Yeah, it is.
Stereotypical, very stereotypical.
Yeah.
The person y'all need to hear with a Filipino accent is Day One.
Oh,
Does he do it good?
Shout out to
It's like
Jason.
a bad impression. You're a bad impression of him.
No, he just continues to keep doing it. Like it's like a switch for him.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it turns on, he can't shut it off.
It's right when you see him, he just go, oh, hello. Like, oh,
It's like you with a British accent.
Oh, you know what? I just do that for fun. Day, I don't know. He's come accustomed to it.
He's liked it.
Yeah, he enjoys it too
He
much.
fell in love with the accent. I don't know what the hell. Shout out to you, Dason.
Oh, his name is Dason now?
Broke Milks.
You know, I didn't know. I went to meet up with all of them at Starbucks right before the Ty Dolla $ign gig, and they pointed out that strawberry fucking car, and I thought they were just making. I thought they were just making fun of the car. I guess I didn't hear them completely, but when we were leaving, they like got into it. I was like, "Oh wait, that's your car, dude." They have a fucking strawberry like
It's Day's car.
and
It's amazing.
It says like Fields on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As the license
plate.
plate. Strawberry Fields.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Day has shared stories with us
Oh,
about
man,
his
I gotta show you
experience
that picture of the car.
driving with that car.
And it's
He's
like
always
literally like a strawberry, like the
Yeah.
detail in the seeds and everything.
yeah.
Someone called
Day-
it a watermelon. I was like, no, that's not a watermelon.
Day always talks about how girls are just like, oh my God, it's a strawberry. And then another girl's like, no, it's a
What
watermelon.
if he gets any pussy over that car, man? I think I pull a lot over a fucking strawberry car. Or not. You know, it could go either way.
It could go bad or it could go good.
I think it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like who's driving it. Like I don't think like a psycho could be like I think if the psycho was driving a strawberry car, it's like, who's the psycho in the strawberry car? But if like a pimp was in there, it'd be like, damn.
That's probably one of his bitches' cars. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Like that's the strawberry pimp. You don't fuck with him unless you want to fucks with him.
Hell yeah. No, he's brave for driving that car. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't drive that car.
Wait, why does he have that car?
Like,
Did he just
got
like
it on the
strawberries?
low.
I think he just bought it because it was cheap, and then he just
Just
bought
ran with it?
Yep.
I mean, no offense. I'd still ride with him, but I wouldn't own that car.
We hold it down.
Yeah.
Why? What fruit would you guys have on your car if you had to?
Mine would probably be a watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon.
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 I'd be like, man.
I'll get a lot of black girls with that car.
Yeah.
Oh.
You said it, bro.
Wow.
You said it, bro. You said it.
That was the best because
Cozy's like red.
like what you guys did not get to see right there was I was looking right at Cozy when that happened, and he was scratching his eye as he said it, and then I just see like him open his eyes and stop scratching, and you just because immediately after he says it, he goes whoa, and you just see like he goes like the look on his face is like holy shit, I'm racist.
I got that Adam Sandler bug, bro. Couldn't help myself.
Oh man,
Cozy was like, whoa, did I say that?
that's
Did
the
I say
title of
You
this
said
podcast. Cozy realizes he's racist.
that? You kiss your mouth with that? Oh my God, when I seen that.
I'm not responsible
oh my
for
God,
that.
I seen
As
that and I
for me,
died.
I'd have like a kiwi, but like the inside of a kiwi, like an unpeeled kiwi. I mean, a peeled kiwi.
The inside of a kiwi you put on.
Oh yeah, like it's like the furry like brown shit on the outside. But when you open the door, it's just lime green,
Lime green
or kiwi
interior.
kiwi
Yeah.
green. With the seeds in the middle.
Yo, people are weird.
That's funny to me, and I'm looking over at him, and he's like barely giggling.
So they have a saying. They have a saying amongst comedians. To get an audience to laugh, you just have to talk about pushing grandma down the stairs. To get a comedian to laugh, you have to actually push grandma down the stairs.
True. That's true.
So
Like I think it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
get
no,
it. It's
science
just
span. What
it
if
doesn't
you
hit me
could-
that way, so I don't laugh. Like I'm like that's why comedians don't sit in the audience at other comedian shows. They go and stand in the back because the last thing that you don't want to see on stage is somebody not laughing right there in the front
Yeah,
row
true.
or in
Right,
the
right,
couple
right.
rows because then as a comedian you just fixate on them and you're like I got to make this person laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna laugh the same way that other people do. I laugh internally most of the time unless something is really fucking crazy,
Yeah.
and then I'll have like this big uproarious laugh. But yeah, so like I don't.
That's like putting LOL when you're texting. You're not really laughing. It's just.
Oh
Yeah,
dude, you know who has the loudest laugh ever? Fucking Shane. You like hear him from
Yeah.
like across the room.
he is great. He is a great laugh. Our other friend Nico has a really loud, semi-annoying
Yeah.
laugh because like I'm gonna move away from the mic to do it, but like that's straight up how he laughs.
Bro.
And it's what's really funny is we would all be on stage and he'd be in the back and we would tell a good joke and he would hear him laughing and we would all get thrown by it and we would be like trying to work through that. And so one time he was on stage and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck with Nico right now. So like he's telling his joke and in the middle of his joke I start laughing like he laughs. And like he just completely loses his track. Like he laughs a little bit and he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, that's what it's like when I laugh."
With my-
And he lost where he was in the joke. Like I felt really bad because like I kind of ruined his set because he just like completely lost his train of thought
Yeah.
after me mimicking his laugh.
That's crazy.
It was horrible.
So what kind of fruit would you have your car wrapped in, or like what fruit would you choose?
What
Sorry.
fruit would you drive?
What fruit would you drive?
Could have just said that.
That's kind of weird.
What kind of fruit would you be wrapped in?
Fruit by the foot, because that would be the easiest to wrap a car with.
Yeah, but if you could pick a
Does it have to
fruit,
be fruit?
yeah, because strawberries.
Oh yeah. Got to keep it relatable, I guess.
Yeah, it's not fair. We chose
Can I go with fungi?
no.
Damn it.
Fungi. That's not a fruit at all.
I know that's what I'm saying. Can I go with fungi? Like I'll pick a
Pick
a,
a
sh- a
shroom.
strain of a mushroom that
No,
I really enjoy.
no. It has to be a fruit.
Damn it.
Banana.
Banana.
It's the most phallic fruit.
It helps with.
Why do you
hangovers.
assume that I would go with the most phallic fruit? And that's not necessarily true.
What's the most phallic fruit out there?
I'm pretty sure a cucumber is more phallic than a banana.
Oh yeah, cucumbers. are fruit.
Squashes, even, you know, depends on how they grow.
Oh, dude. You think girls use bananas like cucumbers?
Feel they use them like cucumbers.
Yeah.
So you're already starting from the point that you understand that women use cucumbers as dildos, and you're just like, do you think bananas are used like cucumbers are used? Which in turn is like dildos?
That's literally what he's saying. Yeah.
Holy shit! This degenerated quickly.
It's not a banana, no.
Not a banana.
Banana, 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 banana,
also, like,
banana.
Banana boat.
Banana's like a power up used in Mario Kart, so there's that connection.
No, it's not.
It's used to make them slip in their
It's not
carts.
it's not a power up.
What is it? A tool?
Yeah,
it's a weapon.
It's a weapon.
weapon.
Okay, yeah, weapon.
Power up would be like a buff.
Or
Weapon.
a star.
Yeah, like
Okay.
The-
The star is
a
random
buff.
though. Yeah, same thing.
so you don't understand.
I'm sorry. It's-
RPG. So a buff is something that is generally in general is a spell that would be cast on yourself or a friend to make them better at something. And so in is generally used in anything that means that you're getting an advantage over the other people versus you're taking away an advantage from other people.
Video games.
Actually, I'm going off of pen and paper RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons. That's what I did last night. Was I played Pathfinder,
Nice.
which is essentially D&D 3.75.
That's
You
cool.
still haven't answered the question. What fruit would you drive?
Damn, I was hoping I could keep going without ever answering this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just say grapes or something.
Speaking of video games,
Rolling
you playing
around.
That's a
video-
pretty good
Are you a
idea.
gamer, man?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a big sports gamer.
Yeah.
No, I used to play like Call of Duty, Halo, and all that stuff. First-person shooters, but for me now, it's like more of like just for entertainment, just for like gambling reasons, pretty much.
Gambling reasons?
Yeah.
Winzel is famous for talking shit.
Yeah, I talk mad shit.
He
Like I play
talks a
Street
lot
Fighter
of
too.
shit.
And then,
Yeah, we were about to scrap today
Yeah.
on Street Fighter, but
I was
Fun
just talking
Factory
mad
didn't
shit.
have it.
Fun fact, you don't have Street Fighter?
No,
one in
Fun
they
Factory
Milwaukee
didn't
does
have
it.
the Haunted
Aw.
Mansion, the one where you shoot the fucking zombies.
Don't
They-
have that.
That's a
House of Dead.
90s game.
They
I've been
didn't
playing
have
that
it either, but
ever
Milani
since.
used to have it.
Typing of the Dead.
Typing, yep.
It was like a Dreamcast shooter, right?
I think they was a PC port, so that it was one of the ones where it's like, oh, you're basically playing House of the Dead or whatever it is, but you're learning how to type while you're doing it.
That's
Oh my
like
God.
back in not high school. That's like middle school.
The
Or
first
actually
time
elementary, probably.
I remember when I was in elementary at like preschool and shit. This school that I went to had this like really beginner computer lab that had like these old Macs that took the giant floppy disk. You remember
Yeah,
the big
yeah,
floppy
yeah,
disk?
Yeah.
And so we would put in the floppy disk and we would play Math Blasters
Oh my god.
and we would play Mario typing. And so like you basically the quicker you hit the correct keys, because basically all the blocks had letters on them, and so you had to hit the key, and like basically Mario was running along and you had to hit the keys so he would jump up and bust the blocks.
That's an awesome game.
Yeah, and so you just kept doing that over and over, and if you missed the key, like he would stop until you hit the key, and you're just trying to get to the end as quickly as possible.
Sounds familiar.
That was Mario typing. Then there was Math Blaster. That was always a good one.
I think I had that one.
You had to
Math
like
Blaster, I
you had to
think
like do
everybody
math.
had- yeah,
You had to do
everybody had
math
Math
to destroy
Blaster.
asteroids.
Yeah, I'll just go on Paint on the computer and
Kid
just
Pics,
draw a
Kid
picture.
Pics.
Kid Pics, yeah. That's what
Uh-oh.
it's called.
Oh no.
That's the one where you had like a eraser tool and then you like
Uh-oh.
erase and then it would be a picture, right? Like
Kid
behind.
Pics?
Yeah. Isn't that the one? No.
I don't know.
talking about
if
the
it
wrong
had
one?
that effect. Like Kid Pics was the one that was only available on Macs. The
Okay.
Macintosh.
I'm probably talking
Oh, you
about a
remember
different game.
Boulder Dash?
Balderdash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite ones to play in school when we had like the computer lab shit and they gave you time to like play the games. It was like Boulder Dash.
I remember by the time that I got to high school, I was taking electronics, and we had a bunch of computers. And, like that was one of the few classes that had like a computer for everyone in the class. And at that point, there were several of us that were so far ahead of the curve on computers.
Yeah.
Like I fell back so much now. Like I can't do any coding or anything now. But I remember we used to do what was called net send. So you bring up the command prompt, and then you can send command prompt messages to other users as long as you know their username. And they would pop up as an alert message. And so we would fuck with people because we knew you could figure out everyone's username because it was just like first letter, last name, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like you would just like we would see like okay, we're gonna watch this person, and I'm gonna send them an alert message that says critical error, shut down in 30 seconds, and you just see them like start to freak out. And they're like, oh shit! And then you send them another one like shut down in 15 seconds, shut down in 5, 3,
Freaking
1, and just like count all off, and just like and then once you get like down to that one, you just send another one like just kidding. And then you see them like, what the hell is going on?
Just kidding.
Yeah, because they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I remember I had a typing class, and like somebody had we installed like a demo of Unreal Tournament on a bunch of the
Yes!
computers, and then we would all just like play each other during the class.
We did that in photography, so
Yeah.
that demo got passed around the school.
Yeah.
Like that they hid it too. Like they hid the demo in places.
Yeah.
And so I remember my junior year in photography class. All I did the entire year was play Unreal Tournament on the computer, and then like the day before the first semester ended,
Yeah.
I took a picture and then like showed it to the teacher. She's like, "Hey." I'm like, all right, cool. And so then I played Unreal Tournament the entire time the
Nice.
second semester, and then like a week before the end of the semester, I took another picture and I did some editing on Photoshop and I showed it to the teacher again.
That
and I got
sounds
another
like something I did in school. I used to go to KCC.
Yeah.
And I took a graphic designing class. And I'd finish my project real quick because I'm good at that shit. And then for the remaining of the period, I would go on like GarageBand.
Yeah.
Just make some music. That's me. That's my game. Just make music and then just send it to my email. And I'm like, all right, cool.
That's
I'm going to sample this. And that was like way back.
That's right.
We had a crazy photography teacher.
Who'd you have? It was a lady.
Chuvalato.
I took a photography class too, but I forgot who the teacher was.
She was this crazy. It seemed like she had her mind fried on acid and shrooms back in the 70s. And she just never recovered from it. And she's like she was really cool because she was like a medic in the army during Vietnam and shit like that. So she's been through some shit and she was really awesome. But like she was weird to have as a teacher because like she had no rules. She put no restrictions on the class whatsoever. So it was just like, it's free time. Go do what you do. Like be artists. And so it was like, all right, cool. But you can't like do that with kids at that age and that particular time. Like certain kids you can do it with, but like a whole class of 15, 16-year-olds, it's like, no, that's not going to cut it. You need to put a little bit more structure there. It was so funny. We got away with so much shit in that class.
Sounds like this is photography class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
For some reason, I feel like a lot of high schools had very notorious photography classes. Like mine was
Notorious.
Yeah, either that or something happened in photography class because the red room.
Oh, we were all digital, so we didn't have. We didn't have development rooms with chemicals.
Our
and
school
all
had,
that.
Lucky.
Our school had a developing room and all that shit. And there's like rumors, people smoking weed, people doing the nasty, like, and I'm just like.
Oh yeah, there's this one girl in my photography class that would like send naked pictures to a couple of my friends.
Damn.
So she's like using those skills, I guess. They weren't the best photographs, but they were
the best.
They were revealing.
That's crazy. Damn.
And just think, in today's world, she could be charged with distribution of child pornography at this if she was still doing that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's messed up.
If you're 16 years old and you send a naked picture of yourself to your 16-year-old boyfriend or girlfriend, you could get charged with trafficking of child pornography.
Damn.
It's crazy.
So don't do that, kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Just go smoke weed instead.
Totally.
Nah, don't do that.
Why not?
Well,
Do you
do it
smoke?
if you please. Me?
Do you? Well, I know you smoke weed, but do you feel like it helps you with your music?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I mean, sometimes it gets in the way because sometimes
yeah.
you get too high and you're
Well,
just
yeah,
like, oh, just,
there's that line between use and abuse.
Exactly.
And the government wants or in general, authority wants to tell you that like because it's illegal, it's automatically abuse. But
Yeah.
that's not how addiction
case.
works. That's not how these things work. Just because alcohol is illegal, or just because alcohol is legal, doesn't mean that
Yeah.
people aren't abusing it.
Exactly.
So like there's recreational use, which is completely fine, and
Yeah, I
and
always
there's abuse. When people are abusing it, it's always a bad thing. But
Always
that's
to keep a
it's
limit.
Like I don't see that as being a criminal. It shouldn't be a criminal thing to be abusing a drug. It should be this person needs treatment. It should be a medical
More like a
issue.
rehab, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
That could
medical
be
issue.
anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be just marijuana. It could just be
Yeah.
their
it's-
prescription drugs.
Well, like I said, I mean, even
Yeah.
with legal things, it's alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, tobacco can be abused.
Mm-hmm.
So
everything
caffeine,
can be
caffeine,
abused
everything-
nowadays. Yeah.
everything can be abused.
Cheeseburgers.
So
Exactly, animal
it's just
style.
weird to see what's something that I feel so clearly is a medical issue be turned into a criminal issue.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, but those are one of my vices, I guess, for making music. I found this new one recently. Am I allowed to talk about Xanax on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool.
Speak
Yeah,
your
no,
mind.
because it's you guys are familiar with Xanax, right?
Yeah,
It's
I've
like,
done it. I've tried it. I just
No.
don't see the appeal for it, like
It's
recreational.
like it's a low form of antidepressant as well as a anxiety
yeah.
reliever. So it pretty much for me when I take it, it mostly like it gets me into a personality where I'm more open. I'm more talkative. I'm more personal with other people.
Oh.
So when I pop that and make music, I feel like my mind's a lot more open. I'm in a positive mood.
Yeah.
Because it's an antidepressant, so it doesn't make you feel depressed at all.
Yeah.
So it gets you in the mood. It gets you open to anything. So whenever I'm making music, my mind is always just like, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add some more of this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to add like that.
That's interesting because
'Cause
I
when
always
you-
figured
yeah.
that should just make you go to sleep.
When you fight it or when you like learn how to like, be on it, like let your body adapt to it, you can
And what do you
control it.
normally do to balance that out?
It's not really good, but I get some energy drinks, like a couple would be good. 2 at the most.
Yeah,
I
that's,
still sleep
that's
at night.
non-synergistic and actually pretty dangerous.
It is pretty dangerous, yeah, but for some
That's-
reason it really
that's-
helps with the music though. But you know,
Yeah.
if I die, just
I'm willing
give my
Oh yeah, he can't hear me when
release.
I whisper. I forgot. He's not wearing headphones. I'm willing to bet that it'll be just as helpful if you did shrooms or weed.
Oh, dude,
or
I've
something
done
else.
shrooms
Like-
and I made music once. It didn't work out properly.
Yo, I tried
Well,
the same
keep trying
thing, man. It
again.
didn't work.
No,
Try
I
again.
needed someone like sober to be over there, like on my software to like pick instruments for me.
Yeah.
Because when I'm on like shrooms and I'm trying to read, I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Something happens whenever the last several times I've tripped, I've tried to like use technology, and it seems like my technology always starts to fuck up while I'm tripping, and I don't
It's
know.
just you
I haven't
fucking
figured out.
up.
You just have to troubleshoot the whole drink.
Yeah, no, like, cause like I'll sit here and I'll be
That's
like,
me,
like,
yeah.
I'll go on my phone and like I'll start typing, and then it won't type up, and then it'll like get in that like frozen state, like it's just trying to process too much information,
Yeah.
and so it's like it like logically I want to sit there and be like, well, I'm just typing too fast, but that's not exactly how that works at all. Like there's no way that I'm being sped up
You're
because I'm
just
tripping. Like so I don't understand what it is, but for some reason technology other than like my PS4 just seems to like fail whenever I'm
Yeah.
trying to like trip and do something with it.
So whenever I trip and shroom, like I just like to relax and just trip. I don't really want to like make music unless someone's there for me, controlling everything, reading everything. Because I got lucky with that. Like I pulled up a few instruments. I put like a kick and a snare, and then I listened back when I was done tripping, and I was like, dude, this is horrible. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I
It
enjoy
didn't
like
go to the BPMs. I was like, what the fuck?
I enjoy listening to things more than actually trying to make something while I'm tripping.
Yeah. I usually try to like open my mind up to that, like get more inspiration off of that rather than being on it making music.
Same here. Even with weed, like I love listening to music when I'm stoned.
Yeah.
I don't do it that much, but when I do, I just like listening to shit because I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know. For some reason, I feel like everything's like dope. Like everything's
Yeah.
good when you're stoned listening. to
Everything I
music.
make is pretty much smoky music.
yeah.
Just because I'm already stoned, so it's part of it. Like if you're about to hear a Winzel McFly track, you got to be stoned or on something.
Mm.
I don't know. Or if you're sober and you find it great, then cool, thanks.
It was great.
So, Windsor, what do you got coming up? What do you want to plug?
I actually have nothing coming up.
You know, projects coming up, or you just putting out beats every so often.
I'm just putting out beats, to be honest. Like I'm just collaborating with other artists.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like doing like a little compilation, like mixtape, and
Okay,
have like
yeah.
a bunch of
That'd be
like
dope.
homies that
Well-
I've worked with, and just put it on one.
Well, you said earlier you
Collection.
want to get your followers up. Where can people follow you?
People can follow me on SoundCloud, Winzel Dashington McFly. I know it's a long fucking name.
So
but
SoundCloud.com/WinzelDashington
Yes.
Okay, we'll put the links in the description.
Yeah, most definitely do that so they don't have to like, what was it? No, but yeah, follow me on there. I'm also on Twitter. Shoot, it's just Winzel McFly on Twitter. Real easy. But some people don't know how to spell Winzel, so
W.
put that link up there. Winzel.
Winzel.
Boom,
Pronounce Winzel like a ZEO or ZO. You know what I mean?
but not spelled that way.
But no, I don't know why. I don't even know what my name means, to be honest. To be
You should go-
completely,
you should go ask your
every
mom.
time I ask my parents, it's always a different answer. Every time. First time I asked my mom, she was like, "Oh, I hit my head on the locker." So I was like, "Oh yeah." And I asked my dad. Literally asked my dad, and he was flipping through the dictionary, picked 2 words and mixed them together. I was like, "Are you serious? That's a lie. That's not true." But yeah, apparently like Filipinos are notorious for like, you know, naming their kids like something
Random weird shit?
Yeah. Like not to diss my uncle or anything, but his name is like Porfirio. Like, where do you come up? Where did you get that? Like Porfirio.
Wow.
Come on, like,
Yeah.
would you come up with that word?
Sounds like a
Or
World
name?
of Warcraft character.
What?
I know, right?
That's crazy. That's my uncle's name. Yeah.
Porfirio.
My other uncle, his name is Bong.
Bong.
Know a few bongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my
I
uncle.
think we
Bong.
all have either a Tito Bong or
Yeah.
we all have one.
Yeah.
Uncle Bong, yeah, for sure.
Nah, but yeah, I love my fam, but why Winzel, really? I
Who
tell my
knows?
people.
You
Well,
should
my
get a
name is
straight answer.
my full name is Winzel Carlo. So sometimes when I meet new people, I'm like, just call me Carlo because it's easier to say. And then like close friends or family will call me Winzel.
Mm.
So if you hear people calling me Carlo, it's because I'm not really close with them yet.
I'm gonna start calling you McFly.
You can
But I'm
call
gonna
me
say it the way
McFly.
Biff says it. It's like McFly.
Yeah,
McFly!
exactly.
Yeah.
I told you not to come in here, McFly.
Oh my god.
Unless you have power.
Yes. Dude,
I don't know why that made me like spray energy drink out of my face.
Oh my god.
All right, what do we got coming up for Greenleaf Check?
As of right now,
Oh, we're working on me and Chloe were talking about doing some theme parties.
yeah.
So we might do that like
Yeah.
over at On King, but we haven't really settled down on that yet.
Not yet.
We're trying to keep the parties going. I'm gonna try and get the podcast going up back again.
That's what's up.
So if you want to make some mixes, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm always down. I just need that motivation. Like
Yeah, I've been
My,
lacking motivation as of late for some reason.
my controller is actually fucked up. I don't really know
Oh,
why it's fucked up for some reason. So I need to get that fixed in order to do like more mixes. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Right
down
now
to
I've been
do
in the
some-
zone of like taking in creative works versus creating them.
Yeah.
Take it into spin knowledge.
Some
See if they can
people
figure it out.
take that time off to observe and absorb.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when you go to get your controller fixed, take it into spin knowledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Eric probably can fix it,
Ooh.
or at the
Oh,
very
yeah,
least
like
knows
a-
where to get it.
Yeah,
get it
he's
fixed
a, he's a
easily.
pioneer dealer, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I wasn't here last week, but I want to thank everybody for coming out to Greenleaf Hideout last week Friday.
was
Not
lit.
this past Friday. It
was fun, man.
It was fun. Learning experience for me, for sure.
Oh yeah, we had Sheik's host.
Oh
I came down and checked it out, and I remember sitting there, and there was one point where everyone like took a break and everyone left the stage, and then Sheiks came up to like do some hosting stuff, but they left the music on really loud, and so
she's,
like
yelling over it.
she couldn't really talk over it very well. So like I went up and like, just see that little tab, just pull it down a
I
little
was like,
bit.
no, I'm not
And he's
touching
like,
the
no, I'm
music.
not touching it. I'm like, I'm a sound guy. I'm telling you how to do this so that
Right.
you don't fuck it
Yeah.
up. And you're still gonna be like, no, I'm not touching it.
I was like, I'm not trying to break anything.
No, that's how you're supposed to do it. Turn the music down so that people can hear you.
Yeah,
I know, but
mm.
frick, I was just like,
It's okay.
oh my
So
God.
we
Learning
ended up- we
experience.
ended
Yeah,
up-
it was a
Yeah.
huge learning experience for me. It was my very first show that I was hosting.
I don't even host, but you know what I mean.
But
I'm over
it
here
was a
talking
huge.
like I know everything. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. Oh, and
So-
check out my vlogs.
Yes. Check out.
YouTube.com/Joncozy TV. I'm starting to do them daily, so we'll see how this goes.
I've been watching them.
It's been kind of tough.
Same.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
Oh,
it's
you saw
very,
that I
it's very
did drugs
interesting.
last night, then?
I haven't seen today's one.
Oh, okay. Or the night before.
Now I will now. All right.
How about the night before?
So we actually have a special deal going on right now. The Jay Larson show is this Friday or this Saturday coming up. And if you can get a hold of me, listeners, and you want to go to the show, we will reduce. I will put you on a special VIP list where you get in for $5. You and all your friends, $5 a piece. So please come check that out. That is going to be at Hawaiian Brian's, and I'm trying to look up the thing now. But it's this Saturday, Jay Larson featuring Matt Monroe at Hawaiian Brian's, January 30th. Again, if you message me, we will put you on a list so that you can pay $5 at the door and you get in for $5 per person with you.
That's a deal.
Yeah,
Deal.
it's a steal considering that pre-sales is currently $10 and 15. It was going to be 15. It's 15 at the door if you're not at the on the list. So
You save hella money.
yeah, so hit me up. It's a special deal going on right now. You can find me on Facebook. It should be facebook.com/triphas808. You can message me on Twitter, triphas808, Instagram, science_Ben, wherever you want to message me, or you can hit up Sheiks and Cozy, whoever, and just they can give me the information. As long as I got your guys' names, and we can put it on the list at the door, you guys get in for $5.
Also, next week, I have a confirmed guest.
Cool.
This upcoming MC, and he's also a very talented slam poet. And yeah, this guy, I see him on Facebook, and he makes these really great, like, well thought out Facebook posts too. So I think you'd be interested in talking to him. I think he was on like a debate team in college or something like that too. But he's like really. No, it's not. It's this dude by the name of Sterling Higa. So he's gonna be our next guest.
Sterling.
Oh,
Sounds
I don't know if you guys know who he is, but
Sounds like a good time.
he used to do those slam poetry things over at Fresh Cafe on Thursdays. I think that's how I
on
know
First
him.
Thursdays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he'll be on next week. So look out for that one.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Wouldn't it be weird if Bill Murray showed up right now?
Who showed up?